Welcome to Africa International, in partnership with Unity Bank, DUNN LORREN MERRIFIELD Capital Group, and the Nigerian incentive-based risk-sharing system for agricultural lending, hosted the Agri-Investments and the Capital Market Forum, which discussed the theme, Accessing Innovative Funding Instruments for Agri-Financing in Nigeria. The event brought together stakeholders and regulators in the capital markets, agribusiness, and the finance ecosystem. In her opening remarks, the CEO of Welcome2Africa, Ms. Bamidele Seun Owoola, said the forum was designed to facilitate agribusiness pipelines for the capital markets and other investors.
This particular event has a focus on capital markets, and we've decided to take a focus on capital markets because we've seen that there is a gap when it comes to market information with regards to where the opportunities are within the agricultural sector and how capital market players can access these relevant opportunities.
The lead presenter at the event and the MD CEO of NIRSAL Mr. Aliyu Abbati Abdulhameed, in his presentation, highlighted agricultural investments and the opportunities for the capital markets.
If we don't put money behind agriculture as agribusiness, we're going to be in big trouble in the next 8 years. It's not about anyone coming from outside to tell us what we need to do. We need to put our money where our mouth is. You have 264 million people to feed, yet you are allocating finance capital at 4.6%. Here at 0.5%. Are we serious? I don't think we are. We're all waiting for government to allocate a meager budget to a federal Minister of Agriculture, right? Or the CBN intervention. Whereas in theory, private capital is limitless, provided you can give the risk-return logic, you can de-risk it for them. And we know the key concerns. It's almost cliche. Limited understanding, high risk, small financeable tickets, projects are not feasible or in most cases not viable, difficulty in monitoring projects, and you can see the beginning of where your money leaves you, but you cannot see how it comes back to you. And there is no financier that will be happy with this kind of situation. There is no way you can approach capital markets and say, finance agriculture for me. There is nothing about financing culture. Culture is what it is. We need to move from financing agriculture, drop the culture to finance agribusiness. Immediately you put the business attachment to agri, it means the business logic must step in. The logic of profit, the logic of financial management, the logic of cash flow, control, and all the things that every business must do to survive, irrespective of whether it is agri. So this is the first display. But underlying that one, all projects to be financed must be technically feasible, financially viable. We in NIRSAL are ready to support the capital market with this set of guarantees. Every business along the value chain that involves primary production, we are providing up to 75% guarantee cover of the commitment, of the loan or the investment. With mechanization, 50% for processing, integrated farms 30%, and this follows the riskiness of each segment of the value chain. And also ready to provide up to 40% interest drawback for a good business that behaves itself and pays back as and when due. So the capital market is highly crucial to the development of a very optimized agricultural sector that will be vibrant to support a thriving commodity trading ecosystem and deliver food security, economic growth, import substitution, forest generation, employment creation, and livelihood improvement objectives. We are calling on the capital market to work with NIRSAL to provide short, medium, and long-term financing. And we in NIRSAL were ready to deploy our resources to provide proofs of concept that can be taken to scale. So NIRSAL's approach is like this. We create the risk models and structure projects to channel those investments. We create ecosystem of verifiable or veritable value chain actors, and we provide institutionalized risk management structures and approaches. As you can see, NIRSAL itself is a blended finance in action. We provide technical assistance, we do proof of concept investments, we provide credit guarantees, we create market incentives in order to have guaranteed return on investment and all the goodies that will come out of this engagement. And what is our call to action? It's obvious. Capital market players, we want you to jointly create fund portfolios that can be applied across agricultural value chain. Regulators, we want them to support the capital market to approve whatever they need for the expansion of new investable asset classes. Our job in NIRSAL is to develop bespoke agribusiness models, financial and investment solutions, and all players in this room and elsewhere in Nigeria, we want you to explore the financing opportunities available through the capital market. Thank you very much.
The event featured robust panel sessions that discussed agribusiness and the capital markets, analyzing the current state of agribusiness participation and promoting agribusiness inclusion in the Nigerian capital market, policy pipelines, and agribusiness finance through the capital market, and structuring and accessing fundings for agribusiness via the capital markets. Ms. Bamidele Seun Owoola speaks further on the value of the event to the Nigerian economy.
There is an opportunity for capital market players to do more within the agricultural space. There's a need for more innovative deals. There's a need for more innovative ways of aggregating the value chain, so to speak. There's also an opportunity and there's a need for more market awareness about where these opportunities are and how to access these opportunities. So those are some of the few takeaways from the event.
And finally, in terms of the policy framework, which is very important, what would you like to say to policymakers and regulators, kind of communicate statements that should be done to see what has been discussed today crystallize into deeper support for the agri sector through capital markets?
So I feel that anything relating to policy regulation, policy frameworks should be private sector driven, and it should be done from the forefront of what will really benefit the private sector. And that can only be done by listening and understanding and hearing the remarks of the private sector in forums like this. And I think the regulators should support organizations like ours, an organization that engages the private sector and even ProShare, to really take the time to kind of understand the private sector, work with us to engage the private sector as well, because quite often you find that there's a mismatch between the policymakers and the private sector. So there's a need to bridge that gap, and organizations like ours can actually bridge that gap.
The Nigerian agricultural sector is the mainstay of the nation's economy and has the potential to foster economic growth and development. For this sector to live up to its potential, it is important to have innovative financing and investment, especially from the capital markets.